Hello friends, welcome to Param Academy. Myself Paramdev Singh, and I am going to start today with the topic of 12th class physics, and our topic is electrostatics. Subtopic is electric dipole and dipole moment. First of all, we try to understand what is the meaning of electric dipole. Now, electric dipole means it's an arrangement. Electric dipole is an arrangement where we have two equal and opposite point charges separated by some small distance. It means if we have a charge minus q placed here and another charge plus q placed here, and they are separated by certain small distance, and let the distance be 2a. Let the distance be 2a. Okay, so here we can say that this particular arrangement where we have two equal and opposite charges are separated by a small fixed distance, some small distance, let it be 2a, then this particular arrangement is called electric dipole. So electric dipole means what? Electric dipole consists a pair. It consists of a electric dipole consists of a pair. It consists of a pair of equal and opposite point charges, separated by a small distance. Separated by a small distance. Now, first of all, try to understand one thing, that electric dipole is the arrangement of two equal and opposite charges. Okay. If we take into consideration of our matter, the electrical phenomena in the matter, then the atoms are the molecules of ammonia, water, alcohol, any alcohol you can take, carbon dioxide, HCl. All these are some of the examples of electric dipoles. Now these all are having some positive and negative charge distribution, and they are separated by some small distance. That's we are taking these as a example, and they are called as the polar molecules. We can consider as the polar molecules. Now next point is, whenever we are having a electric dipole, it must have certain strength. Now how can you find out the strength of a electric dipole? And for to find out this strength, or to measure the strength of the electric dipole, we have a physical quantity which is called the dipole moment. We have dipole moment. Now dipole moment is the physical quantity which measures the strength of electric dipole. So we can say that dipole moment is the physical quantity, and it's represented by a small p, as it is a vector quantity, so I mark an arrow on the top of it. And it measure what? It is a measure of the strength of electric dipole, isn't it or not? So it is a measure of the strength of electric dipole, and the symbol is small p. It's a vector quantity, and how we can find out that? Take any of the magnitude of any of the charge, so it is the product of any of the magnitude of the charge and the distance between the two charges. So p is equal to q into 2a. Okay, in case of magnitude you can write P is equal to Q into 2a. Okay, so this is the magnitude and this is the vector representation. One more thing, by convention the direction of the electric dipole is from positive, no, it is from a negative charge to positive charge. So it always be minus Q to plus Q. So this is the direction of the electric dipole. Okay, now come to the SI point, SI unit. Now SI unit of the electric dipole is coulomb meter. Coulomb, because charge, the SI unit of the charge is coulomb, and for this is meter, so it comes as meter. Okay, so our definition is coulomb meter. Now when we talk about that, the quantity of the charge becomes larger and larger and the distance becomes smaller and smaller, then you will definitely get the ideal dipole or the point dipole. Now ideal dipole or the point dipole is the dipole having almost no size, a zero size. So it's a dipole which is almost having no size. Okay, so till now we have a definition of the definition of the electric dipole. Now electric dipole is the arrangement, whereas dipole moment is to find out the strength of that arrangement, that what is the effectiveness or the strength of that electric dipole. So to measure the strength of the electric dipole we need a physical quantity. So electric dipole is the arrangement, whereas dipole moment is the you can say physical quantity which measures the strength of the electric dipole. Okay, now when we talk about the significance, then we I have already explained this thing to you, that the polar molecules or the non-polar molecules, we can use this particular concept of electric dipole for to the electrical phenomena in matters. So we can identify the polar molecules and the non-polar molecules, polar or the non-polar molecules. So this comes as the significance of electric dipole. Okay, now if we have a dipole, there are charges, it means the field of the charges must be there, as we already discussed that the electric field of a charge is there. So if we have two equal and opposite charges we have, then there must be some field, and that field is called the electric dipole field, or you can say the dipole field we have. Okay, we have an electric field, so it is something, again, as we define in earlier cases, that the space around a charge is called the electric field. Similarly, it is the space around the dipole in which the electric effect of the dipole can be experienced. So it is the space around the dipole in which its effect can be, in which the electric effect of the electric dipole or the arrangement can be experienced. Okay, so this is the dipole field we have, and when, like, suppose this is minus q and this is plus q and this is separated by a certain distance, these two are separated by, so this space around the dipole is the dipole field. Now when you just increases the distance, like when you keep away from the dipole, when you move away from the dipole, the strength becomes the you can say the large distances. Suppose at a very large distance from the dipole you are here, the dipole fields, the its values falls off very rapidly, and it's something like E is proportional to 1 by r cube, or E is proportional to 1 by r square, we can say, as in case of a point charge. So thank you.